What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel, guys, and welcome back to another weapon review. This time it is the Barcode Machete, and I am at the Trinity Metro Station. I will be testing this weapon out for the entire night. I faced many issues and difficulties during this night that I will discuss at a later stage, but whatever. I hope they fix these issues really soon because this is getting annoying. Anyways, guys, what you want to do once you get here, I mean, this is a weapon review, but I'm still going to turn it into like a slash guide. Once you get this weapon, you have 2 weapon slots on it, so you can add 2 weapon modifications. What you're going for are going to be Fling and Frost. Those are the best ones against volatiles, or you can go for Frost and Spark. Those are also kind of my personal favorite, but I am liking the Fling a bit more due to one reason, and that is because of the clarity it gives you. And what I mean by that is it does not have any kind of visual effects where it kind of makes it hard to see what's going on the screen. That's what I love about it. Keeps the screen clean. So this is really useful, and it actually makes me feel confident enough that I would leave the safety of the UV light and kind of like go into the middle of the virals and volatiles and start attacking them quite a few times before going back, because I've sustained, damage that was near being lethal or fatal. So what I do here is I only use a regeneration booster. It is advised that you go for a toughness booster and you wear gear that has as much damage resistance against infected enemies as you can have on it, and then come here, use the toughness booster and the regeneration booster. I mean, it depends if you break the 40% threshold that they're talking about. Like once you reach that with the booster, I believe you will not even need a regeneration booster afterwards. Like you will not receive any damage, period. So for that, you can do that. And if you use a glitched weapon as well, this farm will become much easier. But this is not, essentially not necessarily a guide on how to farm virals and volatiles. This is testing out weapons. This is a weapon review. Alright, so keep that in mind. I know this is not the best way, and I know a lot of people are going to go off in the comments like, oh dude, you can kill these a lot faster. And thank you for the advice, guys. Like, I already know most of the stuff. Like, I promise you, I don't know everything about this game, that's for sure, but I know like most of like these somewhat AFK farms that they used to do. I've tried some of them back in the day. Like, they weren't really my favorite. Like when I, turn on the game, like I'm here to use my weapons, like to use my skills to kill the enemies, not to run away from them. Like as one guy mentioned in the comments as well, like I do not want to play tag with the zombies, just running around trying to make sure they don't hit me, and just dodging and avoiding all their attacks and just like leveling up my parkour, which is like could be a faster way than this. But like I feel it's kind of gets boring a bit faster. Like I can see it being fun initially, where you're like run around the whole city just trying not to get caught. But like I don't think that would be that hard to do, really. Like if I'm standing in the middle of them and killing them, and they're still unable to kill me, I don't think running away from them and just dodging everything is gonna make it, harder to die. I think like, using parkour the entire time will actually make it easier to live and reduce your chances of dying significantly. So, now, what else did I want to say? So for the Barcode Machete, I'm gonna end it here. I'm just gonna tell you guys straight up, like this weapon is very solid. I do end up tossing it quite a lot here, and I do face many issues later on, and it becomes at one point where I've become unable to retrieve my weapon. So I really hope they fix this soon. This is becoming really annoying. and it just looks lazy on their part that they're not doing anything about it. I hope that they do something again really, really, really soon. They need to fix a lot of things in this game, guys. Like this game, I love this game. This is why I'm talking about it. Like you can see my channel the way you want to see it. You do not understand what my intentions are or how I see things. And if you think you do, then you are oblivious to that, which is obvious. Anyways, to each their own. You know, I think whatever you want to think, man. Good for you. But you don't see me commenting bullshit on your channel, so. You know, you can start your own channel and say how great this game is and just how it doesn't need anything and it's just perfect the way it is. And I'm sure you might have some followers, you might even get a lot of them. But again, people have different tastes, right? People have different expectations, different standards, different everything. Some people don't play this game a lot, so they have lower standards, you know, or lower expectations. They're like, I'm not expecting this game to be this great because I'm just going to dump an hour or two, you know, maybe a week or a day or whatever it is. But if you want to dump hours and hours and hours into this game, like every day, and treat it like it's, you know, your main game, then you really start to, you know, notice the glaring issues that it has, guys. So if you're a casual player, like please try to understand that it's not that your opinion doesn't matter, but that you do not have enough experience as, you know, like people who played this game for God knows how long, to understand how we feel. That's all I'm saying. You do not understand how we feel. Like as a casual. Like as a casual, I can see this game being amazing and fun. And if I'm playing like 10 different games or 5 or 3 even, it doesn't even have to be that many, then I can see like, yeah, I can come, you know, just get into this game whenever I'm bored and just play for a couple of hours once a week or whatever it is, twice a week. And that's it. And like I wouldn't have a problem because I would be missing this game. Like, oh, I haven't played it for a week. It's fun to run away from the volatiles or kill them or do some night missions or whatever kind of missions you're into, right? But when you're playing this game all the time again, you really start to see like, this is getting annoying and boring, and like I want this game to run as smoothly as possible. So, what else was I going to say? Again, the night chase as well should be improved in some ways, in some aspects. And I believe that also they should add more weapon blueprints. This is actually one of the things that I liked about what they've done with the blueprints. Adding them was a good idea. I really like the fact that they made them upgradable all the way to legendary. Now there are some issues with some of them not having as many mods as the others, even though they're all legendary. It doesn't make sense. I don't know why. I wish they would fix that. For example, this weapon here, it doesn't have it only has 2 weapon mod slots, and so I could not put empowerment on it, and that kind of is dumb. I feel like, what's the point? Like, why would you like try to nerf these weapons in any form or way? I just don't see a need for it, so I wish they would do that. Another problem is they need to allow us to remove to change the mods that are already on the weapon. And I have heard so many content creators talk about this problem, like, why can we not change the mods on our weapons like once we use them? I don't know, it's like they're trying to force you to buy more weapons or something. Another thing is that wouldn't it be much greater, nicer, better if we were allowed to customize the bonuses that we get on our weapons, instead of me having to buy like dozens of them and still not getting any of the, you know, stats that I want on it. Like I might get 1 or 2 or 3 if I'm lucky, but almost impossible to get all 4 to be exactly the way you want them. And even if they're all 4 there, God knows, you know, what the percentages are on it. It might be low percentages. That means it's barely going to be doing extra damage. Like, wouldn't it be nicer if they kind of just allowed us to, like, give us a way to customize what's on our weapon. So we can have one that's for the daytime. We can have one for the nighttime. We can have one for, exactly just for targeting volatiles. We can have one for AoE and all that. And like, I don't know, is it that hard to do? I mean, it might be some kind of like limitations that I do not understand, or it could be just pure laziness, or they're just busy with other projects like their other game. I really have no idea at this point. But anyways, guys, as you've seen here many times, I've tossed my weapon multiple times, and I am just like annoyed at how frequent it happens. Now, I understand from the comments below that this doesn't happen to everyone, but from the comments that I've read on my other for my other video, guys, majority of people would like to see a change here. A lot of people have lost weapons this way. I have lost multiple weapons this way. They were all my best, highest damaging weapons, and it just like kills the game. Like, it really does. Because like, I don't want to sit there and buy hundreds of Barcode Machetes, or I don't know what machetes, again and again. There's no point. There's no point. So until I find one, alright, and then I can only put 2 mods on it, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, I can't put any more mods now. I better get lucky and find another one if I want to try different mods on it. And it becomes so annoying. And then at the very end, you end up tossing it by mistake and maybe not being able to retrieve it. I mean, look how many times it happened this night. Like, I almost hated the Barcode Machete because of the experience I had with it, not because it actually sucks. That's actually a really good weapon, and like, it can easily get a solid 9 out of 10. I can easily see it being a 10 out of 10 if like had one more weapon mod and just less bugs in the game, so you can actually enjoy swinging with this weapon without the fear of tossing it and possibly permanently losing it. I mean, what kind of, just negligence are we witnessing here? They are trying. And do not tell me, oh, these game devs have not abandoned us. Look what other games are doing. They completely abandoned the game after releasing it. Well, do you see me playing those games? Do you see me making content for these games? Maybe I make a playthrough, and if the game is shitty, I never touch it again. This is my favorite zombie game, and I do not want it to be shitty. I want it to be the best zombie game ever. No doubt about it. I don't want anybody to say, no, The Last of Us is better, Resident Evil 4 is better, I don't know what is better. Like, this has to be the #1 zombie, and I am gonna push really hard to make this, the best zombie if they're gonna listen to, some of the ideas that me and the community are coming up with. I am sure that they can, massively enhance the experience for all of us. And, it's just up to them if they really want to do that or not. And I don't care about them coming out and saying, oh, guys, tell us what do you want to see, the biggest change you want to see. Like, no, the biggest changes we want to see. And I'm not talking about 2-3 changes. I'm talking about 10 to 20 changes. Or fixes, you know what I mean? Like, there's minor small things sometimes, but like, I want to see a lot of them, and it has to be consistent until the game is completely, it's running smooth enough. All right, I mean, look at Elden Ring. Like, this is what I want to go back to, is why is this game being compared to other games or other companies? Why is Techland and the devs of Techland being compared to other devs that are doing like a shitty job? Like, really? That is a sign that this game or the devs are not doing that great here. I mean, if you want to compare them with the devs of, let's say, Elden Ring, the devs of God of War. Why are we comparing them to people that are doing worse than them? Why are we not trying to compare them to people who are doing better than them? This almost makes me feel like you feel sorry for them and you're just kind of trying to cut them some slack, you know what I mean? And that's fair. I understand we're all humans and all, but like, you know, you're gonna have to do a bit better than this, guys. Like, I'm not, you know, talking negatively for no reason. I love this game, and I will keep making content for this game, and I hope that this game keeps improving, and I hope we see a Dying Light 3. Like, I almost wonder what will happen after 5 years of support. Will we see a Dying Light 3? Will there be a big expansion after a 5-year support, or will it just be like, okay, we got a game into, like, you know, a good enough state, we had 1 or 2 major DLCs, and that's it. Oh well, there you go, guys, we're done. Kind of like what happened with Dying Light 1. Like, I love the support they had for Dying Light 1, which is good, but like, can they do a, you know, more big DLCs? Can they go for Dying Light 3 afterwards? I don't know, we're gonna have to wait and see. And again, guys, I feel like my whole night here was ruined with the amount of times I had to throw my fucking weapon, throw a bunch of UV flares so I can retrieve it, and then, you know, make my escape. While fighting the virals and volatiles, guys, to be honest, I have noticed that this weapon has been doing, like, the fling and the frost, like I made me again, as I mentioned earlier on in the video. Pretty confident, like, as you can see throughout the whole fight, I'm going into the middle of many times where I do that. I even start incorporating this little vault and smash move, as I call it, where you're, you know, as soon as your weapon procs, you can vault over them, and while you're in the air, you come just smashing down. I call it vault smash, pretty much. And it's really fun. Like, it almost kills me here one time, but other than that, I was doing pretty fine. Like, I got really close to dying just one time. The rest of the times I got somewhat close to dying, but not really. It wasn't really that dangerous. It was one time only. And honestly, I've been enjoying it. Like I said, the fling and the frost, guys, are really good together. I personally love them, as I mentioned earlier, because I can see what's going on once they proc. So I wish they can do something with Spark and Flame where they don't just ruin your fucking vision. Like, you just can't see what's in front of you. It's hard to tell, like, how many other volatiles and virals are around. Now, when you have Spark and Frost, that's good, because, like, the Spark alone is not too bad, and actually when you get pounced by a volatile, the way that it just happened, and you have Spark already proc, it will keep you a bit safer, as it will CC or crowd control the volatile, the other virals and biters that are nearby. Here, guys, I tossed my weapon and I realized that it's stuck on the ground. And now, as I'm trying to pick it up, it just disappears. Look at that. It just disappears. I did not pick it up. It is nowhere to be found. It just completely vanishes from this world. And this is where, like, I get pissed. Like, I'm trying to do a weapon review, and, like, I can't even do that properly because of how many bugs this game has. So, like, unfortunately, a weapon review that was supposed to primarily be focused on the weapons and how to fight the volatiles using this weapon and all that turned into a rant of me complaining about the state of the game, and I'm gonna keep doing that until this game gets better. Alright? Like, again, you don't want to hear this, you shouldn't be tuning into my channel. I think you already by now should know that I complain a lot on this channel, and I am not easily satisfied. I do not back down that fast. I do not submit, not until I feel like we reach the point where, you know, all the sides or all their audiences were, you know, sufficiently satisfied. Alright, not just the newcomers, not just the casuals, but all of them. Because I feel like here, you know, for example, the way they did what they did to the Howlers, just like what they did to the veterans. They did the Howlers how they did the veterans. They just stabbed them in the back, tossed them to the side, and told me, you guys don't fucking matter. Guess what? The newcomers want roaming volatiles. Let's give them that. Hey, hype train. Who wants to join, right? Come on, man. Honestly. Like, you're talking about me. Maybe I come from a different generation and I'm not easily, pleased because of it. But I'm kind of happy because of that. Like, it makes me realize, it makes me a better person because it makes me pursue perfection, or as close to perfection as I possibly can get. I know perfection doesn't exist, but as you try to pursue perfection, you will only see improvements on your path to that. Even though you don't reach it, guess what? We live knowing we're gonna die anyways. We still live and try to have a good life. We don't just give up and say, oh well, I'm gonna die soon, I might as well just be happy with whatever I have. Maybe some people are like that, but not everyone is like that. So it's the same thing here, guys. I want this game to be as good as it can be, just like I want my life to be as good as it can be, even though it's not, permanent. So even if their support for this game is only a few more years, I want it to be as good as it can be when they stop supporting it, so we don't have to worry. And I hope they make Dying Light 3, or they have some kind of like a big expansion afterwards or something, and they just don't completely abandon the game like they did with Dying Light 1. It was like, that's it, guys, that's the game, it's all over. I mean, here at least they made Dying Light 2. Anyways, guys, as you can see, I lost a weapon, alright? Now, how am I supposed to freaking judge this fucking weapon? Like, seriously. Like, I am still going to give you a grade. It's a solid 9 out of 10. This is a beautiful weapon here. Would be, without a doubt, a 9.5 to a 10 out of 10 if it had one more weapon mod on it. And it's just, if they would allow us to customize the bonuses that we get on them, oh man, I would love farming weapons or making weapons and then just farming the mats that I need to, customize my weapon the way I want it. And they can make new currencies that you need to customize your weapon or the stats on your weapon if they want. And those new currencies cannot be duplicated. They can make sure of that. That way they can give us a new system where it's fun to go out and collect these new, this new currency that we will need to improve and upgrade our weapon and customize it the way we want, have damage at night, and maybe have different, Barcode Machetes or different weapons, and then maybe we can even, guess what? We can control the way they look. And it's not something that you buy, it's something that's in-game. Wouldn't that be amazing? You know what I mean? You can customize the color of it if you want to make it all black or whatever, kind of like what they do in Diablo, kind of like what they do here with the transmog, but do it for weapons. Like, make us just change the colors of it, make it a golden one, or just give us, a few options that we can choose from to make our barcode machetes and all these blueprints have more value and more longevity. Give them these little mechanics that just, make you feel like you have your touch, on the weapon that you are wielding. You know what I mean? Whether you make it gold, you make it black, you make it whatever, you customize the whatever is on it, the bonuses, the looks, everything. That would be great, guys. Anyways, guys, there isn't really much else to say. I mean, I've been using this weapon right here, and this vaulting little vaults thing that I told you about, the vault smash, quite a lot. It's fun. It will help you smash and almost instantly kill any virals that are nearby. Otherwise, this weapon, honestly, I'm going to leave a link in the description below to where you can find the blueprint for this weapon and my previous weapon blueprint and review video. So check that out and grab it whenever you can. It is amazing for a weapon that only has 2 weapon mods on it. It is a solid 9 out of 10, and again, if it had a bit more and less bugs in the game, I can see this seeing a solid 10 out of 10, being one of my favorite one-handed slashing weapons. Anyways, guys, that will be all for now. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Take care, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.